Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Introverted Aromatherapist. Today I'm going to talk to you about 3 herbs and 3 oils for sleep. For those nights when your brain won't stop spinning and you really just need to sleep now. So we're going to start with herbs. The herbs I'm going to be talking about are linden, passiflora, and lemon balm. These are herbs that you want to brew into a tea. For a tea, all you need is about a teaspoon of these herbs in about 2 cups of boiling water. You want to steep them for about 5 or 10 minutes as you would black tea in general. Strain the leaves out and drink them about a half hour to an hour before bedtime. These are herbs that are going to help you get to sleep, stay asleep, stop obsessing about things, and just be a well-rested person in general. So let's get to it. This little bowl is full of linden leaves and flowers. Linden is a tea. It comes from a tree, and it helps with high blood pressure. It's good for anxiety. It's an antispasmodic, so it can help with spasms of pain, spasms of coughing. It also helps with anxiety. It's a generally good calming herb. Our next herb is passiflora. Passiflora lowers your blood pressure, which means you should not use it if you have low blood pressure already, as it can lower your blood pressure dangerously. But it's also really good for anger and depression. It's been used for ADHD in children. It's an antispasmodic, so again, it can be used for coughing and cramps. It's good for panic disorder. It's an anti-inflammatory, so it's good for arthritis. It's great for headaches. It's also been used for withdrawal from drugs and alcohol. Drink a little passiflora tea before bedtime and be less anxious, angry, and depressed. The last herb we're going to talk about is lemon balm. Lemon balm has been known since the ancient Greek times. It was used for wounds. In modern times, we use it as an antibacterial and antiviral. It's great for skin rashes. You can put it in your bath for that. It's been used for ADD. It's great for depression, panic attacks, stress, stomach cramps, menstrual cramps. It's also very good for IBS. So lemon balm is an all-around useful and calming herb. Drink the tea before bedtime and calm down. The first essential oil we're going to talk about for sleep and insomnia is marjoram. Marjoram was known in the times of the ancient Egyptians. They used it as a sacred herb for Osiris, the god of the dead. It has a relationship with the dead and has been used to preserve dead bodies in the times of the ancient Egyptians. The ancient Greeks called it joy of the mountains, and they used it for wounds and for nervous conditions. In modern times, we know that it's great to calm you down and use for sleep. The way you would do this is either put it in a diffuser or just put a couple drops underneath your nose. In modern times, we use marjoram for its properties as an antibacterial and antiviral. That's another really good reason to diffuse it into your room. It's also an antispasmodic, so it's great for stomach cramps and menstrual cramps. For that, you can dilute it into a carrier oil and rub it on your belly. It's also a great nervine. It's really good for neuropathy and anything that has to do with your nerves. More uses of marjoram are for loss, loneliness, and my favorite bugaboo, overthinking. That's another reason it's a really good sedative, is it helps still your mind and put you in that nice dreamy state, able to actually go to sleep. So you can diffuse marjoram into your room, you can rub a little under your nose or on your belly, and those are really good uses for marjoram. If you have a cold or a flu, another really good use for marjoram is to put a couple of drops into a bath salt and bathe with it. It helps a lot in the beginning stages of flu when you have a fever. The second essential oil I want to mention for insomnia and sleeping is chamomile. There are actually 3 types of chamomile: Roman chamomile, German chamomile, and what some people know as Moroccan chamomile or tansy. I've covered Roman chamomile in a previous video, and I will cover the other 2 chamomiles in a video I do about the blue oils. We'll talk about why they're blue and what they do later. But Roman chamomile can be used for insomnia. You can diffuse it into your room. You can put a couple drops underneath your nose. You can put a couple drops on your pillow. It's a general all-round calming sedative oil. Do not use chamomile if you're allergic to ragweed or daisies, because if you are, you will be allergic to chamomile. I have a lot more information about chamomile in my video devoted to Roman chamomile, which is linked up above. So we'll move on to our last essential oil for sleep. Our last essential oil for sleep is called spikenard. Spikenard is a relative of valerian, and you may be familiar with valerian as a very powerful sedative. Spikenard is sort of a cousin of valerian. It's not quite as strong as valerian, so it's a little bit safer. Spikenard has a really long history. It's mentioned in the Bible quite a few times. It was used in the sacred incense in the first temple of Jerusalem in the Old Testament. It's mentioned in the Song of Songs, and in the New Testament it was used, Mary used it to wash Jesus's feet, as it was considered to be a purifying and cleansing oil in biblical times. In modern times, we know that it's antispasmodic and it's antifungal. It's really good for rashes on your skin. Spikenard is also really good for aging skin. Another association that spikenard has is with the phoenix. According to the mythology of the phoenix, it built its nest with myrrh and spikenard. So spikenard has an association with rebirth and renewal. What a great idea when you're trying to go to sleep. Think about rebirth and renewal. And with the idea of rebirth and renewal and having a really good night's sleep, I'm going to bid you all goodbye for the day, evening, morning, wherever it is where you are. If you are enjoying my videos, do subscribe in the little link on the bottom right of your screen. Do give me a like, do give me a comment, ask me questions, whatever you'd like. But enjoy these videos and walk in beauty. Thanks.